You ain't gonna miss a meal.
Man, not when you get to live like a king. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Bro Talk podcast show. It's good to be here. If you're getting this message now, go ahead and share it with your friends. Make sure you like it. We want to make sure that we can get this out to folks. We talk in our podcast about fatherhood, brotherhood, manhood, and everything else in between. So I always like to start off, man, by just saying, bros, it's good to see y'all. It's good to be in the
Likewise.
land of the living. And
Every day.
yeah, man. Hopefully y'all having a good start to the week.
Yeah, man, it's Monday. Mondays are always, excuse me, a little, I don't know if you want to say tough, but, just kind of getting things going and getting things flowing. Usually when you have, a weekend, and especially if it's a long weekend, right? You just want to continue that on into the next day. But Mondays, man, they're always tough. And I say sometimes Sundays are even worse than Mondays because it's that anticipation of it's coming, right? it's about to get going again. So, but we made it through. This is our wrap up for the Monday. It's always a good way to end the Monday, getting a chance to talk with you brothers and share some of our thoughts, ideas, and perspectives with those of you out there watching the show. We appreciate y'all tuning in.
For sure, man. Hey, so I want to get this out of the way early and just let y'all know, man, that my son's team made it to the championship game this Sunday. They're going to be playing Rush and Rieta. Thank you. So that's good. Yeah, man, we still waiting on the time and the location, but they know who they're playing. So it's actually a team that they lost to early in the season. So this is going to be redemption for us this Sunday, man. So I'm excited about it. My son's excited. It's his first championship, first of many to come. And man, yeah, he's gonna get out there, man, and get to it. So anybody that's in the area, man, come check us out. Watch my Facebook. I'll let y'all know where I'm at.
Us the details.
I will send you all the details. I will send you all the details when I get them. I don't know why it's taking so long, but when they tell us the time and location, I think they got to try to sort things out, but we'll be there, man. I'll send it out to everybody for that. So man, what's new? What's popping? I got a couple things I want to talk about that transpired in the last day or so, man. I definitely wanted to chat a little bit about small businesses and integrity and all these other things that's important for businesses to, yeah. But before we get into that, man, what's going on with bros? What we talking about today?
Listen, let's start there. We'll
yeah, man, let's get right into it.
I was gonna say before a shout out, but
yeah,
but I definitely, and it's a shout out, but man, if anybody attended the Dr. Charles Lunsford Scholarship Gala this past weekend, it was phenomenal. Sold out event. It's the first in-person black and gold Dr. Lunsford Scholarship Gala that they've had since, I want to say, around 2019, since pre-pandemic. So and they did it in grand fashion. Again, it was sold
402 people.
Yeah, sold out event, 402 people. At the I ain't gonna, again, they ain't cutting me no check, so I ain't gonna say where.
A hotel at Henrietta. Is that good?
That was too much. Still too much.
Too much? All right.
Yeah.
Hotel on the west side suburb. How's that?
Yeah, there we go. That was enough. So but it was a beautiful event. Vendors, just again, black excellence, good time, good vibes, good music. You know what I mean? And again, the event, 100% of the proceeds go towards a scholarship for a youth. And again, I think that's what we pride ourselves on. So again, you know what I mean? there's a lot of negative things when it comes to youth, and some things that we could, there's always some negative story about youth out there. Easy to find those, but when there's things positive going on, I think it's important to highlight those things.
Yeah, and I wanted to shout out too, man, to the step team, to all the members of AARP that got out there and step, man. We see you. We appreciate you, brothers, man, for coming out and for challenging the young bros to stop being lazy and get out there, man, and learn a couple steps.
No. I think that, the AARP generation has a little bit more time on their hands.
Just a little bit more time. Hey, young bros, I'm challenging you. Nah, I called you lazy. I shouldn't have did that because that's not true. I was trying to start some trouble.
So where do you fit? Where do you fit in this demographic?
Yeah, I'm in the middle. Listen, I've done my time for stepping, man. I done did like about 4 shows, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking because you saying you calling out like,
I'm like 40. When I say young, I'm talking like 20s, 30s.
Okay.
Bama did like 40 shows though, bro. So yeah, you got some work to do.
He did. You see the evolution of Bama through those tapes too. You be like, man, time is flying.
You say you just kept getting bigger and blacker. It's the PA way.
Yo, man.
And grayer.
Yo, Kareem.
Yes.
Kareem, you did 4 shows? You did 4 shows?
Yeah, I think I did about 4. Yeah, I did about 4.
They did it on 4. So you think that's it, and you should be okay with that? I'm
good, man. I did a show in my 20s. I did shows in my 30s. I'm not doing shows in my 40s. If I do, it's just gonna be me making a special appearance. I'll probably just do one thing and call it a day. That's it. I gotta get these to the young cats now, man. They can do it. When I say young, let me be specific with young. Young in the fraternity. Let me say that. That's better. So I'm hitting 20 in March.
You can't even say that.
Anybody 10 and below.
You can't say that because your chapter is crossing cats at 75 years old. So I mean,
one of them is your sins, though.
Just saying. One of them my sins.
Oh shoot!
Oh man. Well, hey,
can't be my sins, man.
You can't be your sin. I want to shout out Bama though, for real, on a real tip, man. Bama did his thing, man. For this past Black and Gold step show, Willie Robinson, Roderick, Cox Cooper.
Come on, man. Don't do darkness like that. Don't do the Prince of Darkness.
Listen,
like that.
I mean, he's the step captain, man. I got love for both.
Get his name
man.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Wayne Williams Jr., Wayne S. Williams Jr., man, Cam, the professor, Dr. Sparkman, and I think that's everybody. And then also, man, want to shout out to brother Green Sr., Green Jr. for heading the committee this year. And definitely appreciate those bros, man. They made it happen. So I did the first online Black and Gold Scholarship Gala, man. So it takes a lot of work. Even in that, it was a lot of work, man. So definitely kudos, to those brothers, man, and everybody.
How did you enjoy the event on Saturday, Kareem?
Man, I didn't enjoy that at all because I wasn't there.
Yeah, I had
a football game.
You was giving details in
I watched the tape. I mean, because I was part of
there, like you was in person.
Because I was on the committee meeting, so I was hearing what was going on.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
You know what I mean? Shay looked like he had a good time. He was doing dances from the 90s. I saw you, but you was in a picture. Hey, I want to shout out my man though. King of the Burbs was in the building. Did you see Kyle?
Yes, Kyle, King of the Burbs in the building, man. Listen, if you know Kyle, man, to know Kyle is to love Kyle, man.
Yeah, man.
And from day one, it's been love, man, with Kyle. Like, what a good brother. And for local bros and for those locally that know Kyle, they know he relocated to Florida some years ago. So it's always good when Kyle comes back through the Rock and visits home, and so you know what I mean. I didn't know Kyle was coming up, so when I saw him, it was just, you know what I mean, man. It was good vibes, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a bunch of love. Simeon, Ethan, again,
shout out to them bros for real.
Bro Alpha was well represented. Myself, James, Duke, Shay was there in full Shay Fon and all this Shay Fonness, you know what I mean? And then and there was a dope
dance like in the go-go.
Go.
There was
a video.
There was a dope moment that happened. Yeah. Oh, so you, your people's, bro.
The internet, bro. The internet.
No,
shout out to Toy though for the
exactly.
dance battle.
That's why Shay was dancing like that, because Toy is going to take over the dance floor. She's going to battle. She's going to shut it down every time.
It's like Rockport days.
Same. Yeah, she did not disappoint, man. She came ready. She came ready, and she represented. And again, shout out to Toy, Madam President.
Hey, man.
You know, Zeta Phi Beta local grad chapter. So, you know, it was support, man, was in the house, man, from all of the D9. You know, it was just, man, it was a dope event, man. And there was a beautiful moment where they asked brothers to
killing me with this internet.
Nah, whose internet?
That's got to be you, bro.
Yeah,
we good over here, man.
So there was a beautiful moment where
you got that Bowie State internet.
Yeah, they recognized
Maryland.
They recognized brothers who entered into Omega chapter, and they asked brothers to stand up and say the names of brothers who they've known have gone on to Omega chapter. So, you know, Bishop Rufus McGee, Brother Morgan Scott, and Peterson Napoleon. You know, I shouted out Peterson Napoleon and Morgan Scott. I was ready to shout out Bishop McGee as well, but you know, they was, you know, they was pointing out who they saw when they saw him stand up. So somebody got the Rufus, but we made sure we got, you know what I mean, you know, the brothers that are from PA are connected to PA that have gone into Omega chapter. We recognize them. So, and you know what I mean? And they gave white roses, and I made sure you know, Bama got Morgan's, and Duke got for his LB.
Yeah, man. Yeah, all them brothers, man. I think about them from time to time, man. Bishop, Morgan. Now Morgan Sky, I didn't know that well, but you know, still think about him, man. And Peterson, man, that one still hurts, man. That one's still fresh for me.
Yeah.
Not even gonna hold you. Like, that one's still pretty fresh. Sometimes I just think about it, man. That's still a tough one.
Yo, and it's funny because I remember when he got to Brockport, and then, you know, him and John and all I remember was I think James was the first one that said it. He was like, man, what kind of name is Napoleon? And it was just like, and after that, it was just like, yo, that was the line.
That's because he's Haitian. That's because he's Haitian, man. They had one of them Haitian names, man. Yo, Peterson, man, I met his aunt.
Haitian, man. That's just the name that his mama named him, man.
Okay, I got it. He's still Haitian.
But
but I met his aunt, man. I met his, you know, I think it was like his sister, man. They was real cool, man. That's the first time I had tomatoes in the morning.
Gates coming out of him.
The gates coming out of me. Hey, man. Hey, listen, I'm proud to be a suburbanite, man.
Kareem, how does every story somehow always end up tying back to food?
Because, man, food brings joy and laughter and memories. they make whole TV networks off of food.
Yo, watch this small business story somehow tie into food too.
Man, you see, you know me. I was about to go right into it. But let's before we transition, man, bro, you got anything for us, bro? Been thinking over there.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Like you was
No, I
in
don't
deep
have
thought
anything.
for a
No, I don't have
second.
anything.
Oh, okay. Like you was in deep thought for a second. See, even the managers say food brings joy. See?
Yeah.
See? So,
Just
all right, man.
It brings more joy to some than others.
That's also a true statement. That's also a true statement. All right, man. So, bros, help me out with something. So, a couple of us own
Hey, can I ask
businesses
a
here,
question
right?
though? I gotta ask this question. I gotta ask this question before we start.
Yeah,
What
ask a question.
What is going on with our internet, man?
I don't know. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got Brew. Dean, I think that's you, man. I don't know what you got going on over there, man.
Yo, reset that router, bro.
You moving in slow motion?
What's going on with our internet? What's going on with the
He said
internet,
our.
man?
He said our internet.
Did we borrow?
Nah, man. I ain't borrow James. James internet. Never mind. Never mind.
How?
James probably pay a bill. Never mind. Anyway, nah, I ain't borrow no internet, man.
All right, jump in
I
the
don't have
topic,
nothing
bro.
on.
Yeah. Oh, they saying it's your connection, so the people have spoken.
Right.
So speaking of that, at what point? All right, man. So let's talk about it. So, as men, brothers here, man, we have businesses, we have nonprofit organizations, we're running businesses, running organizations, and at some point, all of us have received some sort of feedback, right? So, I'm just curious, like, how would y'all handle feedback from someone who is maybe not happy about a service or not happy about a product? And they came to you and said, da 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 da. And then, it was up to you whether you wanted to fix it or not. Like, what's the thought process behind that? Hypothetically.
He said he used a hypothetical.
Let me lay this out very clearly, and then, but hypothetically,
Yo, you're a wild dude. Let me just say this. So here's the thing, right? As someone, you know the only way to survive in business, especially in a a locality like Rochester, is you got to, you know what I mean, you got to be willing to, clear your business's name from anything that might, reflect negatively on it. I mean, I think that's at any level. I think you have to do your due diligence as well, because I think as a business person, you'll know clients and the type of clients that you may deal with, and who, some folks are going to try to possibly get over whatever the case might be. But, when you know you're dealing with an integritous client, again, it's worth your while as a business person to make sure that you do, your due diligence to make sure you can find resolve a resolution that, I think that even takes your business further. I mean, when there is an issue and you can, someone can say, hey, listen, we had this happen with, someone who we contracted with to do whatever. And then following that situation, they still came out, you know what I mean? And worked with us and got us to a point where we were satisfied with the work. And I think everybody wins there. And to me, that's the best way to go about it.
Ask your question again, Kareem.
Yeah. So my question is that, let's say someone does work, provides a service or a product, right? and the customer isn't happy about it, and they provide feedback about whatever that product or service is, what is your response to that? Because I'm hearing that the response is, you know, you try to make it right, you work with the customer, but at one point, do you say, you know what, maybe I just didn't do a good job on this, and I'm gonna compensate the customer, you know, because I didn't fulfill, or the customer just wasn't happy, and there has been, been discussions about it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a personal decision on whether or not you want to go continue to pursue to make that individual happy, right? You got to think about it from, I would say, think about it from the bigger picture, bigger perspective. Is this the first time you perform that service? If the answer is no, and you perform the service 20, 30, 40 times already, and this is one customer that was dissatisfied, that customer is not your customer, right? You know, and if you're performing that service to the same quality that you did for everybody else and they gave you positive feedback, then, you know, it is what it is. People feel the way they're going to feel. You're never going to get 100% satisfaction, right? So that's one perspective, right? If it is the first time that you perform the service, or the first couple times that you perform the service, and you're taking that, you get some feedback where you recognize that, yeah, I did this, or I tried to cut a corner here, or, you know, it just wasn't up to, you know, my standard either, then I think you take the time that you try to make that correction. Because again, like, you're just kind of starting out, you're just kind of, you know, getting your feet wet in the area. You want to make sure that you have that positive feedback for, you know, that word of mouth and somebody to go, you know, share something good about your business. So you might take the time to make that extra effort. But we know that everybody isn't going to be happy about a service, even if it's good service, right? Even if it's quality service. If they find one thing wrong, everything's wrong, right? So I think as a business owner or individual or whatever the situation is, you just got to kind of make that assessment. It's like, is this person being a a-hole, right? Or is this person trying to get over on me? Or does this person have a legit claim? And then as the owner of that business, as the person that's, you know, potentially would be the one that's making that correction, you make that decision on whether or not you want to, you know, try to go and, you know, go above and beyond to make this person happy.
Yeah. I agree with both situations, man. I mean, at one point, do you say, because even if, let's say, so there was, I'll just use a real situation. So there was a situation.
No more hypotheticals.
Nah. So there's a situation. It's about me. So there's a situation.
Hypothetically, it's about me.
So there was a potential customer that I was working with for, you know, one of the services I provide. And
was it Wi-Fi service? Because
it wasn't no Wi-Fi service. It wasn't no Wi-Fi service. So, and this situation isn't even what prompted this conversation. I'm sure everybody on social media knows what prompted it. But so I met with the customer, and I kind of got these vibes like, yeah, I did struggle, Vince. I ain't gonna hold you. I did struggle. So it was somebody, man, who I was like, all right, let me just have a meeting with them. And after we had kind of got to talking, things was all right. But then I kind of noticed that, you know, they were kind of nitpicky, really nitpicky, you know, like just was like, we want this and that. And I kind of got this vibe like, you know, they're going to be micromanaging, you know, the outcome of the work and all this other stuff. And so I was like, you know what? At that moment, I had to make a decision. I had to say, do I take these people money and put my name on the line? Or do I just say, you know what? I think there's somebody else that can do the job for you. And I think that's where a lot of times as small businesses, why you gotta smile? No?
Because so I got a couple things, right? So yes, there are those kinds of customers that are out there. I mean, you know, now again, as someone who I've cut hair in you know,
you in that industry for real. Oh yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gonna have people who's like, yo, you know, they you know what I mean? Like they want
They don't
to
know
pull
nothing
out
about cutting hair, man. They just like, oh, this line this way. Like, you don't
and
know,
they want to pull
bro.
out protractors and all that. And at the end of the day, you know,
90 degrees, bro.
90 degrees, son.
Yeah,
Gotta ride the goat.
90 degrees.
Listen, I'm telling
James, they gotta ride the
be,
goat.
They're going to be very particular and all that, but the reality is that in those instances, you know, like you said, you got a choice to make as a business owner. Are you gonna you know, but at that point, particularly for a barber, you're already in. You know what I mean? When you
once that hair come off your head.
So somebody done sat down in a chair like, oh yeah, I just want to fade, or I want to taper, or I want this, I want that. So now you in, and now they start getting particular. And so you know what I mean? I say that to say they'll make you better, but also you have to then, you know, remember when I'm in the chair, what type of client am I? So you know, so yeah, when you getting photographs, what type of client are you, sir? Are you the one? You know what I mean?
Listen, I mess up my hairline every time I cut it, man. I'm okay with that.
That's because you ain't paying no money for it.
Yeah, listen. No, I was gonna say just don't pay your barber. You know what I mean? Just don't pay him.
Just don't pay a barber.
He ain't worth it.
So I say that to say, you know what I mean? We have to be mindful as, you know what I mean, as people in, you know, in small business, of not only how we receive clients, but how we are as clients, because, you know, we want people to be patient with us, but how patient are we with, you know what I mean?
Oh, that sounded like a word, Senior Deacon.
So
that was a word. That was a word right there.
You know, it's the truth,
that
man.
was a word.
You know what I mean? How patient are we with so do we give the same grace that we want? Do we give the same kind of attention to detail that we want when in a service, even if the service we provide is different than the service that we might be receiving from someone else? So I think it's just a matter of being mindful and considerate of, you know what I mean, of small business, especially when you're in small business.
Yeah. So what about the people that complain and they ain't about nothing? Right? And a lot of times that's the people that be complaining, right? They ain't got no business. This is not even their money that they bring into the store with them. They might go to a restaurant and they complaining about the food.
He said not
they don't know how to cook, right? So they don't know how the food's supposed to taste, right? But they gonna complain about it. What do you do about that? Isaac just gonna get that individual.
Isaac just gave us a first date. That's what Isaac just gave us.
Nah, there you go.
Isaac has given us 20 years of being in human services, so Isaac is jaded, man. Isaac is jaded from the people.
Nah, that's real, man. Y'all know that's real, right?
I'm not saying it's not real, but I know
somebody come into a restaurant, right, and complain about the food, knowing good, just looking at them, knowing good well you don't know how to cook, right? So you have no idea what this food is supposed to taste like, right? So you're gonna taste it. And it actually tastes good to everybody around you except for you, because your taste buds are messed up, right? And you're going to complain about it. Oh, this ain't right. You got to send this back, right? Or you're going to get a steak and it's medium well. And it's like, you like that joint. You like that joint extra dry, burnt, well done, right?
Listen, don't talk to black people about well done steak now. They'll fight you over that. Black
man, that's
like
horrible. Like, I don't know why anybody eat a well done steak, man. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. It's 2023. Grow up. But but I'm just saying, man, there's people like that out there, man.
Yeah.
Chelsea, you feel me?
It's the reality. Like, again, you know, no matter what space you in, no matter what industry, if you're a teacher, you're gonna have a student come in the classroom and they might hit you with an SMD. Do you not teach that kid? You know what I mean?
I don't. Nope. That's just because I'm not a teacher, man, and I can't be a teacher. I can never be a teacher.
You was like SMD. Well, right? You can SMD yourself out this classroom.
Yeah,
and I'll talk to you later. I'll get with you later.
No disagreement, but eventually they'll be back. Eventually, they will be back. And again, so it's understanding that in those instances, in those situations, we can, you know what I mean, we can have, you know, you're going to have those. But I think by and large, you know, to kind of Kareem's question, you know, the thought or the idea of you know, just someone who may have
Vincent
a valid
is wilding
complaint.
right now. I hear you, bro. He said, it say you don't know how to teach. I'm with you though. I'm not.
Who said say you don't know how to teach?
He said it.
Yo, Vincent said I'm sounding like a server. Nah, I'm not a server. I could never do it, man. Just because of that, and that was probably one of the reasons why.
Bro,
like one, I don't like to listen to ignorant people, right? That's one. And two, I just don't like to mess with other people's food. So I can never be a server, man.
Yeah. Yo, but y'all, if y'all haven't learned anything in the time we've been on Bro Talk, man.
And I treat servers real good too.
Isaac has a level of sarcasm in him that like the average person can't take. So if you say if Isaac was a server and you said something crazy, the response you're gonna get is gonna be as so equally crazy. Yeah. You're gonna be like, yo, I need to talk to your manager, your boss.
They're gonna go. Listen, and I'm gonna say the same. I'm gonna say this something similar to my manager too, man. Like, listen. Like,
you're
not getting away with that one. No, sir.
This we know. This we know. and we glad it's not Marcus because we know.
Man, it was Marcus, man. Oh man. Oh man,
that's just straight no chasers, man.
Yo, Isaac would have got tips for jokes. They'd have been like, man,
I filter it a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I'm still gonna give you the message, but I'm gonna filter it a little bit.
Well, okay.
Mark,
so that brings up something else, right? So we've heard that phrase before that said the customer is always right. I don't believe that for a bit. Like I don't think the customer is always right. Like, what are y'all thoughts on that one? Now, I was never a server.
I already gave you my rundown. Like,
you gave my rundown.
Like, ignorant people ain't right. Like, nah.
Come on, man. Like, yeah, nah, man, nah.
I mean, I've seen cats in the early days playing just to get refunds back. Like, they'll eat like half the burger and be like, I don't like this, and then they want their refund back.
Now let me say this. Let me say this. If I worked at a chain spot, right?
Yeah.
And this ain't my burger. They making a lot. They the way they've marked up this burger for what they paid for it, man. Here go your burger, bro. Here, you want a new burger? Here you go, man. Man, you know what I mean?
Yo, Pete can never be a server either. He be like, man,
I'm not about to argue down about. Like I'm telling you, if I worked at one of them, like them, them big retailers.
Yeah.
And somebody, they have people at the door. I'm not checking nobody's receipt. I'm not I'm not chasing nobody down if you running out with stolen goods. I'm not putting my health on the line. For something that's insured in this store.
Nah.
Yeah, I was about to read that quote too, man. I'm like, listen, Deirdre, you just gave me a great idea. Costco's is expensive. I just bought some croissants from there. I'm about to eat all of them but two and take them joints back. Like, these got moldy. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, listen. I'm telling you, like, and I'd be like, here you go. Here you go, champ. Because I'm not about to argue down about this stuff is insured. It's they stuff. It's not my stuff. Like, y'all got that, man. Y'all got that.
But I think so. Let's go back to business, small business, right? I think where we struggle as small businesses is that our customer service in the beginning is great. And then when the job is happening and requests are coming in, then it gets kind of foggy at that point, man. Like, I think that's where things like try to falter, right? So we want to I feel like a lot of times, man, we just we in business to make money. So I'm not saying that's not the case, but we just be led just by the money. Like, that's it. Like, they paying this. So are you sure you want to take this $5,000? Because this $5,000 comes with X, Y, and Z. If you can't live up to that, I wouldn't take the $5,000. I would move on, or I would find somebody, a partner, who can do the job and then split the money that way. But a lot of cats, man, at least in this town, they don't be want to do that. Like you know how many solopreneurs we got out there? Not working with nobody. They just want everything is, and that's tough. Like if you're trying to build like a business, you got to have people working with you.
It's levels to it too, though, right?
It is levels to it, right? So freelancing is one thing. I'm not talking about freelancing. I'm just saying, like, if you're saying you building this business, which is fine, but like at some point, where are we gonna start adding people to the payroll?
When your income in the work volume demands or dictates that, you know what I mean? I think that's, you know, when the volume of work dictates that you can, because right.
But how do you get that volume though?
Yeah, because I think that's a yes and no. B, I agree. Like you got to have the volume to be able to support it, right, long term. But ultimately, when you first start in a business, man, and you know you've gone to places and you sitting there for 45 minutes to an hour, like waiting on something to come out, and you getting frustrated, and you're like, "Yo, I'm not leaving because I know it's black owned. I know they're just getting started. I want to support." That's frustrating though. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna support this time, but I'm not coming back for a while because till y'all get it together. So and what a lot of people don't understand is with businesses are most businesses, you know, you're gonna take an L at least for the first 3 years, right? Like you have to budget that. You gotta take out those loans. You gotta, or have somebody that's gonna help seed that, for you, right? But you're not, unless you're coming in with a nest egg of money that you can spend out and know that you're not going to be getting that back. Yeah, Vince said 5 years, right? 3 to 5 years, right? And know you're not going to be getting that back anytime soon, and be comfortable with that. Your business likely isn't gonna succeed. I'm not saying
you're not going to get a Maserati the first year,
outliers, right? But you got to set yourself up for success. If you got people that, again, don't necessarily want to support Black business, but I want to come in and, get your product, and they come in and have a bad experience because you're not fully, staffed, or you don't got everything that you need to be successful, or you don't got your stuff together, or, your schedule is hit or miss. Like
change your schedule every week.
I'm not going to support
every
that.
week you change your schedule.
It's bad. It's bad because
you open at 2:00.
Isaac is naming issues. And every issue he named, like a particular business pop in my head.
Yeah, they out there.
Because I know you and your subliminals.
I'm thinking about all of them too, right? And there's a lot of them, right? There's a lot of them in our city, but also, I mean, that speaks to people that not necessarily brick and mortar businesses as well, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about contractors that come in and say that I can do X, Y, and Z, and then they give you something else, right? Oh yeah, I can build you a house, right? Here, take this hut. You know what I mean? Like, be happy with it. Yeah, and spend the same amount of money that you would if you would have just went with somebody that had their stuff together, or if they would have paid somebody that had that skill that they needed, to kind of fill in those gaps, then it wouldn't be a problem. They would have a good name, right? They wouldn't have as much money, right? They may have even lost a little bit of money, but now they could potentially get 2 more people to come in and build a house for, right? And I think a lot of times, people don't think like that. And I can't say that's across the board, but that's one of the things I think that really holds people back from being successful.
I agree with you. When I say it's levels to it, my thought is this in a lot of ways. Say somebody says, okay, now I'll use barbering because again, it's a space I'm familiar enough with. If somebody came in and asked for a certain type of haircut, now there's two things, right? There are some haircuts that I will not do because I don't want you leaving my chair and saying, my love cut my hair. Like I'm not giving you that style, even no matter how trendy it is. I'm not cutting that. You know what I mean? So that's just me. Now there's some things. Now if somebody came and said, listen, I want this design. I need this or this. Now I'm not your guy. My point is simply this: is that again, understanding the levels to it. You know what I mean? Somebody might take on a job and be like, oh, I think I could do that. You know what I mean? And you know, have to find out the hard way that you couldn't do it, or they did it to what they thought was, you know, it was to the best of their ability, but it may not be up to what the standard that the customer might have. And I think I think that becomes the gray space is when we have that, you know, the best of your ability and to the customer satisfaction or expectation. And I think that's that, you know, area where you gotta, you know what I mean? That's what we gotta bridge. Is your best my expectation?
That's the conversation that's got to happen in the beginning. Like that conversation of expectations got to happen, man. Like I get it. Like a lot of us are salespeople, right? Like even though we say I'm not a salesperson. If you asking for somebody to give you money to do a service, you're a salesperson. You selling something, and we be so into the sale, and we trying to say all the right things so that we can get the contract, you know, or get the money. And then we just say, all right, we'll just figure it out in the back end. Yo, that you taking chances. You taking chances, man. And I was telling, you know, my wife, like, with small businesses, man, we don't get a lot of chances. In small businesses, you only got a couple times to mess up.
Especially for black and brown owned.
Especially
black and brown, it's curtains, man. It's curtains.
And you know, if one person say one thing, somebody else say something else. Next thing you know, you got 100 people saying the same thing. I mean, are they lying or are you delusional? So, you know, we just got to do better, you know, in that. But now on the other end, there's businesses that are doing excellent customer service, man. Like I'll even say one business. I ain't gonna say the name of the business because they're not giving us no money. But when they was located on another part of town, food was slow. The service was all right sometimes, and then took a break, moved to another side of town. You order food, that food come out just like that. Like people are nice, prompt. You know what I'm saying? Great location. You know what I'm saying? Like that right there is a great example.
Kareem funny, man.
Yo, how am I funny, man?
Kareem funny.
I support that business, man. I support that business.
You
shout
funny,
out to it.
Man.
Yo, bro, you back?
You muted.
Yeah, you muted now.
I was listening to this dude talk about food, man. Food make the world go around for Kareem, man.
It do.
So.
It do, man. For some, it's drugs. For me, it's food.
I guess some people say it's like a drug.
Like a drug, right? Oh, boy. Man. All right, man. Let's move on from that topic. Just wanted to...
It seemed to be like it was a really sore space for you.
I'm good now. I'm good, man. You know, everybody can't be lying. So
did you find your peace in this conversation?
I did. I found my peace, man. I'm good. I found my peace. I found my peace yesterday.
It did what it was supposed to do.
It did what it's supposed to do. Oh yeah, they good too. Deirdre, I had them before. They're real good. That's good business over there. So what bro's got planned for the weekend? I'm going to Hampton Homecoming. So you already know what time it is for me. But what y'all got going
on? So actually, it's gonna be nice starting tomorrow, right? We got 70-degree weather through the weekend, I think, right through Sunday probably. So, but I'm actually gonna be taking a trip down to New York City with the fam, doing a little, going
shopping,
check out my sister down there, Janelle and her family, and Ezra and her brothers are gonna get together with the kids, and I think they're doing something, pumpkin carving and some other harvestal festival type things, right?
You gonna be doing it with them,
know.
or you just gonna be in the back?
Yeah, I'm gonna be trying to find a quiet spot where there's not. So the count that I heard was, and if somebody is gonna be there is listening and I'm wrong, let me know. But it's gonna be like 20 something kids.
Oh Lord,
right.
I'm leaving.
I'm not gonna say anymore. It's about to go down.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. Oh boy.
Yeah. So the Halloween Harvestal Festival events.
Yeah.
Hopefully, like everybody gets there and enjoys. But I know it's all about the kids, right? They're gonna have a good time. They, it's always good to go down and get the kids a chance to hang out with their cousins. So I'm looking forward to it from that aspect. Not looking forward to that drive, but it's gonna be nice.
Let me ask you a controversial question. It's for everybody. Y'all let y'all kids celebrate
You're a black
Halloween?
owned business.
Oh yeah. I let my kids celebrate Halloween. Well, I mean, so this is the thing, right? When you say celebrate Halloween, like what does that mean?
That means that you are part of the candy, the trick or treat, costumes, scary movies, conjuring up things, all that.
Conjuring up thing. I don't know what the conjuring up things, but yeah, my kids can go get some candy, right? Or or have fun with some different events and things that are Halloween themed, right? So they get the costumes, they do all that, and I didn't do that as a kid, right? I think I might have was able to go. I'll put it that way: trick or treating maybe one time, right? And I feel like I missed out on some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, all these kids coming to school with bags of candy, talking about, oh yeah, we was over here. Oh, we went out to Gates Chai Line and we went to Kareem's house.
Got some
right?
chips.
So, and I'm sitting in class like,
listen, you come to my house, that light gonna be off.
Isaac, that's why you were so skinny when you got the Brockport. Isaac ain't have no candy as a kid.
I ain't say I was able to have candy, right? But yeah, like Vincent said, man, I wasn't able to go out there, in the burbs and get them the full size candy bars.
Oh
and stuff,
yeah,
right?
man. Yes, they did.
Yo, y'all heard Kareem? Oh, yes, they did.
Hey, I'm just repeating what my man said, right? He said big candy bars. What's that? They had chips out there.
So let me slushies. Isaac kind of made a good point, which kind of brings me to no, my family, we don't trick or treat, we don't celebrate, we don't do anything like that. But the Bible says wise men win souls. So we do a harvest celebration with the youth for from the church, you know what I mean? And we've and the reason we do this is because for the points that Isaac just touched on, if you take something away from kids that when they go into school the next day their peers have participated in, and you don't give them something, you're going to have kids feeling like they missed out on, you know what I mean, aspects of life. So we do a harvest celebration, and and we donate so much candy that those kids, you know what I mean, they leave with, I think my kids, if I looked around this house, there's probably a bag or two of candy from like last year, you know what I mean, that my kids left with so much candy. So so I the verse, Vincent, was wise men win souls. And so and so I think it's being understand. No Bible study. We just have activities for the youth to participate in, and during because this is the harvest season. So
that's funny though. That's funny though.
Right. So we have games and activities for them to do. It is
well, why though? So I'm playing devil's advocate, right? Bad choice of words on Halloween, but whatever. So but why not just allow? Why not just? I don't know. Why call it a harvest fest, right? Why not just have a party where you're gonna have the kids come on a different day that's not on Halloween, right? So do it a week after, a week before, something like that. Call it something else, and have that be the supplement. Why do it like so close to what is known as Halloween? Because it's the thought that those kids are now going to participate in this harvest fest, they can double down and go trick or treating.
No. It's providing the alternative so that way they don't have to, go out to trick or treat and all that. You know what I mean? So, and we still let them. We tell them dress up in costume, but the costume has to be something positive. You know what I mean? It can't be, ghost, ghoul, goblin, demonic, nothing like that. You know what I mean? And again, it's about not making it anticlimactic. Like, they go to school the next day and like, all their friends got the candy and stuff, and then they're like, yeah, a week later I'm gonna have my. That's like nah. You know what I mean?
Then do it a week before, man. Let them come in. Let them come in early with it. Like, yeah, I wish y'all had this. You better go to church.
Man, they had candy last week, man. Them kids don't need all that candy, man.
And it'll be short lived because as soon as they
throwing candy out, boy, I don't play them games. I throw it at the trash. They don't eat. We don't let them eat it all. They get a little bit of candy. We throw that in the trash.
It's too much, man. It's
too
much.
So yeah, the idea is just really just understanding that if again, so going back to Wise Men Win Souls, these babies got one day a decision to make with what they want to do with their life as it relates to kingdom and whatnot. So if at an early age, we take all the quote unquote fun out of being a kid and don't give them fun, safe outlets, then when they get to the church, because I was that kid, I was like, oh, when my mom can't make me go to church,
they ain't going.
Yeah, watch. Exactly. Don't believe me, just watch. In the day my mama couldn't make me go to church no more, man.
He was out there sinning and grinning, boy. He was like, yeah.
Yo, shut your mouth. I was home on Sunday watching all the football. How about that? Why couldn't it just been that? I was just home on Sunday watching all the football.
Hey, listen, I was right there with you. When I went to college, I stopped going too. I was like, yeah, I ain't going. I'm here. I did the same thing.
Yo, speaking of scary and Halloween, though, Kareem, do that dance again.
That's the sinning and grinning dance. You just.
Oh man,
hanging out. With
but I respect. Oh, go ahead, bro. Oh, you muted still.
No, I said I would tell Kareem what dances that. I'm gonna let you. I see you just got on By Love just now. I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live, Kareem.
You gonna let me live today?
Let you live on this one.
Right. I appreciate that.
Let you live today, Kareem. I'll let you live today. Yeah, I know. You know what Brock have you did. So, but we're gonna go there.
Hey,
right.
I too was a sinner.
All right.
I too.
Hey, that's not a secret.
I got you. I just gotta put him on. I just gotta refresh his memory from time to time. You know what I'm saying?
You got it.
Nah, man. But this trick or treat stuff, man. I pay no attention to this trick or treat stuff, man. My son, he probably just like to dress up in like some type of costume or something. I do not go door to door. The world we living in today, I am not taking my son door to door unless I have my godly peace on me. And it's a family show, so hey, you know what I'm saying. So and then I'm not knocking on nobody's door asking for no candy. When I was working at the university, we used to have something for like faculty kids and stuff like that. Faculty and staff kids, and that's more safer for me. I used to have them come out there and do that. But other than that, you stay home. You know what I'm saying? You stay home, and you'll get a few chocolate bars. You get his favorite chocolate bar. So that's what I do.
Yeah, that's what's up. I mean, Yeah, I think for
Say it again.
everybody, I think for
I'll,
everybody, you just got to kind of recognize like where you know you are, location wise, physically. What's up, nephew?
What's up?
You know,
what up,
recognize
Bryson?
where you are as you know a family. Recognize where you are in your you know religious walks or you know your just your beliefs in general. And I think you just got to make a decision on you know what it is that you're gonna do. Right? You know, the safety is a huge concern. I know Brother Vincent just mentioned something that there's another girl
Yes,
missing in
brother.
Henrietta right now. Yeah. So named Essent Largent, age 15, man.
Oh,
And you
Bryson,
know,
your mama said go to bed.
uh-oh.
Ooh,
oh,
Bryson.
oh, oh.
Good night, guys.
Ooh.
Good
Yeah,
night.
yeah. See
We'll
you
see you
later.
later.
Have a rest good night.
You too.
She put them eyes out there, like, oh, okay, let me back moonwalk up out of here.
Did y'all see how big his eyes got when he saw it?
Yeah.
Like, oh. That is a picture of my mama.
Right. That's exactly what he said.
Yeah, but I think everybody just got to kind of make their, make their own decisions on what you want to do. But yeah, safety is at the forefront of everything. And don't go in those strange neighborhoods. Like, don't go into any strange doors. Even the candy, look out for that as well too. If you are going to go out trick or treating, more than likely, I'm not taking my kids out trick or treating, but we will. Like I said, we're going down to New York and we're going to hang out with the family. I'm sure they'll get enough candy there that it's going to last them for a while. So, just do what you feel is best for your family during this time.
That's
and
right.
make those decisions, make good decisions.
That's key, bro.
Agreed.
Do what's best for your family. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the message,
Agreed.
right? So the four of us. Oh, bro, you trying to say something? My bad.
No, I just said I agree with what Ike says. I support what Ike said.
Yeah, and you saw four different responses to Halloween, and each of them, that's the response, right? That we have for our families. They're not the same, So Ike's like, "This is what we doing." bRho said, "This is what we doing." We got something different in our house, and Brew got something different, and all y'all got something different in your house. But the common denominator is whatever you do, just make sure you're safe out there. Just make sure that if kids are going to go out trick or treat, that there's an adult with them or adults with an S, and be on the lookout for cars that you probably don't see in the neighborhood or people kind of creeping around and stuff like that. Just keep, and then go in neighborhoods that going into these strange neighborhoods or neighborhoods you ain't been in before. That could be a recipe for disaster. So be safe out there. And if something does happen, call the police, call the authorities.
Speaking of being safe, bro, just with the last few moments or time that we have on here, you know what I mean? Even if we go a couple minutes over, I just, Vincent touched on something that I think it's super important. There was a young lady who was found a little over about a week or so ago.
Yeah.
Who had been abducted, and again, we've got a lot of children in the greater Rochester area that are missing, man, and many of them Black and brown, and I think it's so important for us to just again as a community to be prayerful, be mindful. It is not enough for me to just parent my children. I'll put it that way. Like, any youth that I see, you know what I mean, that look like us, I find ways to look out for them. You know what I mean? And because we say it and we understand it, but we really have gotten away from it. But it takes a village, and we have to be that village. You know what I mean? So, let's be that village, man. Let's protect ours, man. If when I go to restaurants, and again, I have a 12-year-old, and I don't let him go into the restaurant restroom by itself because I'm like, yo, if it's get up 10 times and take you to the bathroom or go to jail because of what I would do to somebody if they brought harm to my child, then I'm just gonna have to get up because, I don't want y'all to have to see daddy behind bars. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to physically cause harm to somebody if they do something to my kids. That's just where I'm at with it. You know what I mean? And Lord forgive me, but I've been put here to protect them, and so and again, I don't just take that thought into consideration when it comes to mine. You know what I mean? If I go in there and there's somebody else's child in there, I hope I see an adult in there that don't look like they with them. I wait
right
around
in there with them. Yep.
Yeah, I wait around for mine and then say, hey, come on and boom, get back to yours because I don't believe in seeing anything happen to our kids, man. So yeah, let's continue to just be vigilant out there and be
B,
you know what I mean. Be the village.
B, man. Parents gotta be more understanding that they let their kids out to go to the YMCA's and stuff like that, and some of the expectations, some of the expectation or the thought process is wrong. You got to know when your kids. You got to know when your kids is getting out of the YMCA.
Yep.
That's a good
he or
point
she
too.
can walk home by herself. He or she can walk home by herself. However, they are probably not of age to walk home. I don't care if they just live right at the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, B, you'll get up to go make sure that happens. Right? You'll get up to make sure that there's no harm come to your son. A lot of these parents is not doing that. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I said that, I was on the phone with a brother who work at a YMCA, and our parents called like, "Hey, is like Stephanie there?" I was like, "No, she had left." And in my mind, I'm like, "Yeah, hold is Stephanie? They're around 8 or 9 years old. Why is she walking at that time? To go home by herself, right?" So we hear to say certain things, man, but some of these parents is not doing what they're supposed to do, man. And that's just where it stopped at. And then we complain and I would never want to see anybody kids get abducted and take advantage of, and then those scary people, those people that have no heart, end up killing these kids at the end of the day. It's tough out there, man. The world we live in today is not a nice world. It's not a nice world.
You're absolutely right, and I think one of the points that you made that I think is great, bRho, was how again now again I don't even necessarily say this to my son because I don't want him, because he already kind of feels like, again, when I get up and when he say, "Oh, can I go to the bathroom?" We let him out the booth and I go follow him. I can see like he feel like I'm little kidding him, and I'm like, nah, listen, this is a different world than the one I grew up in. When I was his age, man, I knew how to get everywhere in Rochester on the bus and would ride my bike across town with my siblings and cousins and all that. Man, there's no way I would let him do that. No way there's no way.
It's also the characters is in bathroom though these days. Cats is having bathroom.
And that's what I be on, man. That's what I be on.
They don't know what bathroom they should go to. So at the end of the day, you're doing the right thing, my brother.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, because it's such a different world than the one we grew up in.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. It's just one of those things that I'm constantly and continually mindful of is just how different the world is, and so it's not. You know what I mean. I'm hyper vigilant.
Yeah. Hey, bros, we at the end of time here, man. I think this is a good spot for us to put a pen in this until next time, because Isaac got his coat on in his house. I don't know why, but
man, I got home and I got
on in your office.
Yes, I can hear y'all.
Hey, next week I want to talk about my charity events, man, that I do yearly. I would like to get like a good 6-7 minutes, talk about that to the people out there. But Kareem, you know,
Yeah.
put the link back in the so that people could see, man, and see what we're doing, man. And it's amazing. It's amazing, you know.
Yes, sir. This is our annual thing, man. We give a few minutes to talk about what's going on and the library that's being
Yeah.
built, the lives that are being affected, you know, where those kids are now. It's been some years. I'm sure some of them are in college now, probably grown and got families and stuff like that. So,
Some graduating from college, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll put that in. We'll put that in next week. Make sure y'all on. Hey, who do we want to shout out before we close it out?
Of course.
Shout out Row Alpha Dancer, Shafon. Shout out Toy. And shout out the whole everybody. Shout out Bama man, James Walters. Doing a great job up in the Rock, baby.
Yes, sir.
Shout
out to everybody in the comments, man. The manager, Deirdre herself, Vincent. Who else we had in the comments? We got Mama Satoya. You know what I mean?
Yo, that whip
regulators.
But again, it's her doing. It's her. You know what I mean? Again, doing those things that allows me to be on the platform. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's, you know what I mean. So it's a shout out. You know what I mean? In a lot of different, you know what I mean, a lot of different ways. You know what I mean? Because again, it's a comment, but it's connected to something much bigger.
Glad it didn't get much bigger though.
Hey, Kareem, did Miss Mother Bannister showed up at the event?
I wasn't there. I don't think she did.
No, she did. Okay. She didn't. But I spoke to Simeon and I sent love. You know what I'm saying? I sent love through. You know what I'm saying? I spoke to Simeon and definitely sent love. I see Amar Perkins. Anybody? I don't know Amar, but if anybody knows Amar Perkins.
Don't forget my sayings, Chelsea.
Yeah, Chelsea.
Scott.
Shout out to Spring 04
in the building.
Yeah, fam. Raquel was walking. Raquel Walker was on watching. Jay Lucas, shout out to Jay. She was at the gala. Her and Dr. Candace Walker, her mom. So you know what I mean. And I'm gonna say I was sharing earlier again just about the Black and Gold, but at the Black and Gold, brother Deontay McClellan. If y'all don't know him, you know what I mean. Good brother. He worked with my sister for many years. Yeah. And he just a really good brother, man. He you know what I'm saying? He shouted out the Bro Talk in the platform. So definitely shout out to brother Deontay McClellan, man, and his wife, man, Tatiana, you know what I mean? Beautiful couple, beautiful young couple, and man, so be encouraged, be strengthened, be motivated, man. You know, but thank you so much for shouting us out on Saturday night, man. It was a blessing, and it was, you know what I mean, just it keeps us, you know, encouraged to continue to do this, you know what I mean, do what we do on here. And so thank you so much. Shout out to you, big bro, and you know what I mean, and your beautiful wife.
Yeah, it looks like Jacob Scott jumped on as well, so we definitely want to shout you out. And then,
yes,
I know
big bro.
Andy Rose, I was talking to him on the side. He's always tuning in, showing love, man. So appreciate you, brother Rose.
Yo, that's my guy, man. Yo, Andy will pull me to the side, and we will laugh about different things from Bro Talk, man. Andy's always on, so definitely.
That's a good brother right there, man. That's a good brother.
Yeah, that's my guy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then shout out to all the Black people doing amazing things. You know what I mean? You know, even those of y'all that got the businesses that, you know, be hit or miss sometimes, but
we still love you. You just gotta do right.
Love you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, man. And let's work on doing it better. You know what I mean?
That's it.
We get better every day.
That's
all
it,
right,
man. All right, we out. All right, y'all. God bless.
Yo,
Peace.
shout out to your brothers. Shout out to our brothers.
Yes, sir.